Hey, what's up guys? Crypto Radar here. Welcome to my video with another update. If you watched my last video, that was on Sunday, right? We were all the way down back in this candle right here, all the way down to 101. We had some rejections, and because it's Wednesday, normally I would stream today, but I can't. I have some things that I have to take care of. I am gonna stream tomorrow. If you want to see that, then join my Discord. Link is in the bio. It's completely free, where you can ask me questions live. I do stream once a week. So let's dive into the price action because a lot of stuff is happening, and let's see, some Bitcoin action, some altcoin action, some Ethereum action, and see if I can give you guys, my prediction where we're gonna go in the next couple of days. So first off, what do I see here? More sideways action, but guys, this is the important thing. That's why I want you guys to use the EMAs, right? The 10, the 21, and the 200, right? So the 200 is the orange, the 21 is the yellow one, and the 10 is the red one. So what did I say in my previous update, right? I said I want to see price action above the daily 10, and a bottom structure will develop, right? If you have this cross and you have price, closing above it, right? But what do we really want to see here is price action getting above the most important EMA in my eyes. That's the daily 200, right? The daily 200 EMA. This is the level I want to take over again, and that would bring us above 110-ish, right? 109, 110. But even if you get above the daily 200 EMA, that would get you above 108, which would be fine with me as long as we're above these two EMAs, right? So for now, I'm still seeing a couple of rejections, right? So back on Sunday, we had a promising candle. I mean, we did nice. I mean, we did close above 104, right? As you can see. Then we had another closure above the daily 10, and then it looked, a little bit promising, but we got rejected, right? We got rejected from what was previous support, right? This was previous support, became resistance, right? So the 106 became resistance, and you can see how significant the level is, right? If you look at the past, right? All that support there, resistance there, right? It's not the first time we got rejected there. So if I would remove the EMA here, right? I see a bottom here, like some bottom structure, and then I see a nice higher low. But again, you can see it both ways, right? You can see it both ways. I have people that are bearish that are saying, well, I see it as a lower high, right? This is a lower high. That's fine. That's completely fine. But as of right now, we don't have validation of both ways, right? We're still gonna have to see if this is a lower high, right? Then we're gonna have to break 98K. Very simple. Then yes, it was a lower high. I agree, and then we're gonna go slide down further. But if it was a higher low, to validate that higher low, we need to take over the previous high, right? That would getting above this 110K, right? That would validate this higher low, right? And then we are breaking out of this daily downtrend, right? But that's why I use my EMAs. How can we, you know, push that validation, right? And how we can for the bulls to win this race is to get above the daily 200 EMA. Because if you get above the daily 200 EMA, you're gonna get a push, right? You're gonna get a squeeze, right? Price is gonna get squeezed between both EMAs. Plus, you're gonna get a daily 200 EMA cross, which is beautiful. And if I go back in time, right, those crosses, as you can see right here, happened in April, right? 21st of April. You had a beautiful cross, right? Because the last time you had this, shitty PA. I mean, I'm just saying, man, you went up how much? You went up 46%. So don't underestimate these crosses. Can you have fake outs in those crosses? Yes, of course you can have fake out. That's why you don't look at EMAs alone. You also look at price structure, right? But man, when those crosses are successful, they can give some very nice gains. So if you're a bull, this is what you're hoping for. But there's still some work to do right now because you are getting rejected by the daily 10 as of now, but the day is still very, very, very long. So yeah, hopefully we see something like this today, like a nice push to 110, which is very, very, very possible. Next step, we look at RSI. Where are we in RSI? Are we out of the? Okay, so this is again a good start, right? We are now out of the bearish control zone, right? So the bears don't have all the control anymore on the daily time frame. We are now out of the bearish control zone. We should move over to neutral, get above neutral, and then I think if you're around like 110-ish, then you're gonna have an attempt to get into the bullish control zone, right? Because that's where you want to be as a bull. You don't want to be in the bearish control zone. But you can see that bears are losing control. So for bears, something like this, you get to here and then you get rejected in the mid zone and then you come down again. That's something you should hope if you're shorting at least. You have this, yeah. So this is also looking good. This is a bullish divergence playing out very nicely on Bitcoin. I would say MACD wise, right? You can see this lower low. I already showed this in my video, previous video, but look at that. You have a bullish cross income as long as you have 103. So it's very likely this is going to happen. So yeah, that's also looking very promising here. It's looking good. And you have the Stoke RSI also moving up. Nice. So weekly close, like I said in my previous video, the weekly looked like shit. And I'm gonna repeat that. It still looks like shit, right? I'm not gonna bullshit here on this channel, right? It just doesn't look good. But because the daily is looking bullish, you know, there's some hope that that bullishness will spill over to the other time frames, right? I would say, guys, the only good thing I like about the weekly is we are above these yearly highs, right? And that's something I didn't want to lose. So Bitcoin did a good job by closing above those yearly highs. And now, I mean, still early in the week, still 4 days. Again, 112k, guys, is going to be key. Right? 112k is going to be so key. Because, man, look at this cross, man. We're almost having a cross. But again, it's a delayed indicator, right? But I want to get above it. Get above it, like, as soon as possible. You know, I don't want to pump and get rejected by these EMA. That would be nasty, right? You don't want to get rejected by 110k. And by the way, why did I say 110? You can guess it already, because the daily 10, sorry, the 110k level on the daily, that's the weekly 10 at 110.5, and a weekly 21 at 110. You see? So that's why I think we're gonna go and retest. That's the real retest. Like, you don't want to get rejected here. And then above you, you have another level that you have to break is 115, right? 112. So what I'm trying to say, guys, there's still a long way to go. So if you think like you should FOMO in altcoins because it's all green, no, that's wrong. You should watch out for that, man. Watch out before you're gonna get wrecked. Because there's still a way to go. Like, I'm not trying to be ultra bearish here, but you can see my chart. I'm just looking at the chart, right? Like, it's you can try for long here, right? And try to aim for 112 or 115. But we also can get rejected here very easily. But it's a start that we're holding above 104. It's a good start. RSI is still under the mid zone. You want this to get reversed. I mean, it's trying to flatten, as you can see, but we want to see like a, you know, get back above it. MACD is still looking bearish. But again, look at that, guys. 115, 114. That's why I said, man, you want to get above those levels. Then we can get bullish again on MACD. And then you have Stoke. I mean, Stoke RSI again. It's good that you enter that oversold area on the Stoke, but it can stay here for the next couple months if it wants to. Right? It can stay here for the next couple months, bottom out, and then go. So yeah. So that's a weekly for you. So again, guys, there's still some work to do. We're gonna stay focused on the daily because again, if the daily is bullish, it's gonna spill over to the weekly, right? So daily, still some work to do. By the way, I just got this, right? So it says here, government shutdown nearest possible, and the ski house panel advanced Senate pass funding bill. So I guess they have agreement of opening the government again. That's of course gonna bring up liquidity into the system, and hopefully you know we can get this market going again. So that's that. That's some good news. I mean, regarding altcoins, there are some coins doing well. I think Lido had a nice bounce. Yeah, the 4% bounce. IMX had a bounce. Aerodrome is doing fantastic, very bullish. So yeah, I mean, there are some coins doing really well. This coin is 11% up. Of course, wait 1 second. If I look at Ethereum, for example, Ethereum still looks bad, guys, on the weekend. I can't lie to you, man. It's holding support though. It's holding support. And on the daily, yeah. So on the daily, same thing as Bitcoin. It is making higher lows, but again, it has to get above 3.6. Yeah, it has to get above 3.6 to get above that. What am I doing here, man? What the hell? Yeah, to get above the daily 200 EMA. Very simple. Yeah, yeah. If I look at RSI here, Yeah, it's getting above the bear's control zones. I mean, that's also nice, right? There are some on-chain AI coins doing well, like Alchemy. Very, very nice recovery so far. Very nice recovery. Yeah. Me myself, I'm in Aria, right? This project from Lewis, so this is hitting very nice areas. He's gonna release his product soon, so yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm also in some other coins like Lido, Ondo. Maybe I will get some peak because it's robotics, but I'm still looking, right? If I go to my research list. By the way, you can find all of these in my Discord. Look in bio, completely free. Yeah, you have coins like Fetch trying to make a yeah, so many coins are also not looking that bad. Like some of these coins are looking for a nice bottom structure, but you're gonna have to be patient, man. 'Cause look at OP for example. This one looks bottomed, but yeah, Bitcoin needs to show more strength, guys. And I use the weekly to get the to get a real good indication how how strong asset is or a coin. If I look quickly, very quickly at stocks. Yeah, so S&P future already opened green, so that means hopefully the market's gonna bounce today. So that's the video for today, guys. Again, if you guys are interested in more updates from me, join my Discord, look in my bio, it's completely free, and you can ask me questions live on stream. Okay, guys, have a good day. Bye.